wrote this for a couple of years ago for my first girlfriend on the anniversary of our first kiss. And yeah, it's an Irish Nina Trohon. I call her. Name's Brooke, so daughter of the Strohon, the Brooke. Not sure how happy she'd be about that. She went to Oxford and did a history degree after things went as they do. But oh well. I miss her, it's just it's about just, the bads, after all of these years, the bad stuff, because this was 25 years after that I wrote this, the bad stuff, that's all gone, and just the good feelings are left. Erhaunach na Costco on Easter Sunday, because that was when it happened.
Hi.
My name's J.C. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, my name's Mike McGarry, and I helped put this all together. But I want to really thank those that came through with the support we needed. For example, the Richard Garbany Fund. Now that's a fund out of the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving, and they've been very generous with a lot of the projects we've done around the city. If it wasn't for them, we couldn't have done this. Plus, of course, the partnership that put all this together that allowed us to use the building. That would be the Shelburne, Laz, and Marty Kinney. His son, Kevin Kinney, was the guy who actually let us use the spot. So we got a great spot here. Who knows what's going to happen to it in the future? But I'm bound and determined to see another session, such as we had for so many years here in downtown Hartford. Sessions are wonderful. People show up out of nowhere and they play. Sometimes you have 5, sometimes you have 15. When PB had his funeral, our hero PB, there were 80 people at a monster session in honor of PB. This is to honor PB O'Donnell, our great hero. We're doing all this to let people remember 10 years ago we had PB, now we don't have him. But PB was great. I met him about 30 years ago. We became immediate friends, comrades, men in arms, and had great times all over the place, including a trip to Ireland. Let me tell you a secret. It is dangerous to go to Ireland with a fiddler. We went everywhere, did everything in Ireland, had a great old time. I did a lot of shows with him, the Bushnell, St. Joseph's, shows on our own. It was really great to know PB, and a big part of it is to honor PB O'Donnell. So anyway, I can always be reached if you need to talk to me for any reason at all. 860-422-7937. And I don't care who calls me any time of the day or night. It doesn't matter. I'm on the internet anyway if somebody wants me, so I'm not hiding. Anyhow, I work with Hartford Publications out of Hartford, Connecticut. We do a little publication called the Hartford News and many others. And we had a whole program about this. We publish it's online, hartfordpublications.com. hartfordpublications.com. I also run every year a tour around Hartford, a garden tour. That's Hartford, it's our Hartford tours. So Hartford Publications will always put out a program about the tours every year, May, June. You can look it up usually. And it's hartfordblooms.dgn for garden, GDN. hartfordblooms.dgn talks all about our tours. This June, we have a great tour coming. Every June, we do a tour around the city. We have a lot of fun. We have a little party with it. It's a great time. So everybody, seeing this, thank you. And watch all you can of our wonderful time we've had this year. St. Patrick's Day without a St. Patrick's Day, but we made it work. No parades, no nothing, but we had our fun here. And thank you much for watching, whatever you're watching. And contact me if you have any great ideas. Thanks a lot.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hartford's Irish Language Workshop for St. Patrick's Day. My name is Melissa Murray. Nice to see you. So today we're going to learn a little bit on the history of the Irish language. We're going to play some games and learn some basic Irish conversation phrases. So before I get started, if you are interested in going further, and I'll show this again at the end of the course, Daltaí Gaeilge offers language immersions in Irish language. So if you're interested and you really want a great way to learn and be immersed in the language, Daltaí Gaeilge, they're awesome. There's workshops, lectures, singing, dancing, and everything is held through the medium of Irish. So Irish is spoken in Ireland, and the primary Irish-speaking areas are called the Gaeltachts. So you can see here the dark green areas. These are all areas where Irish is the primary language spoken. So not a whole lot of primarily Irish-speaking areas, but they are there. So you can go visit them and be immersed in the language in Ireland. And a little bit on the history of the Irish language. So it's a Celtic language, and it's part of its own family of language. There are 6 Celtic languages in total. So there's Irish, Scottish, Manx from the Isle of Man, Welsh, Breton, and Cornish. And of the 6, the 3 that are in the Q branch, the same branch, are Irish, Scottish, and Manx. And the other branch is the P branch, which is Welsh, Breton, and Cornish. So Irish is one of the 2 official languages of the Republic of Ireland, with English being the other official language. It's also officially recognized by the European Union. And you'll notice in Ireland that parts of the government are named in Irish. So if you see signs or if you watch Irish television, for instance, you'll see Gardaí, which is police officer. It's referring to the police officer. That's an Irish word. Oireachtas, which is the Irish Parliament, and Taoiseach, the President of Ireland, is called the Taoiseach. And those are all words from Irish. So Irish was the predominant language spoken in Ireland until the Great Hunger, which was from 1846 into 1848. So I'm going to show you another poster here. So this is an old map of the distribution of the Irish language speaking areas. So this is from 1871. So if you look, these are the Irish speaking areas. Quite a difference if you look at the map I showed you earlier of where the Gaeltacht is located. So as you can see, it's shrinking further to the west and it's getting smaller over time. And then if you compare that with closer to present day, this is from, so not exactly present day, but this is from 2011. And if you put them up side by side, here, I'll just hold it over here, you can see the dark areas where Irish is the primary language. So quite a few people, as you can see, do speak Irish, but as far as it being spoken every day, you don't see it as much over time. You start to see less and less. So what it says is, this was a census taken in 2011, proportion of respondents who said they could speak Irish in the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. So in 2011, and the percentage is from 0 to 2% in the lighter areas, and it goes over 70% in the darker areas, which means it's the primary language in the darker areas of the map. So. And if you'd like to see these closer look, I could pass them around, or if you want to come up and look at them, you're welcome to. Okay, so the Great Hunger was while the island was under British rule. By 1922, when Ireland gained independence from Britain, speakers of the Irish language had been reduced to less than 15% of the population. So it's quite a difference from before the Great Hunger until after the end of British rule in Ireland, the Republic of Ireland. So today there's a growing interest in the language. It's offered at universities in 3 continents, North America, Australia, and Europe. And it's also the writing for the language. If you've seen older forms of Irish, like older literature, which if you look in your handout, there's a little diagram at the bottom of the handout here. This is an older form of written Irish. So this sample is taken from, it's taken from the Book of Kells. So this is the font. So the Book of Kells is actually mostly in Latin, with perhaps some notes taken by the monks in Irish, but it still shows you what the old script looked like. So this was Irish script at that time used. And so the language was standardized in the 1950s, 1960s to simplify the written language. So older signs would have a lot of letters, and a lot of those letters were silent. So what they did was they found a way to condense the language to make it shorter, easier for print, easier for reading, easier for learning, I think, too. And it also harmonized some of the differences between the dialects. So there's there's 3 major dialects of Irish. There's the Ulster, and so I'll show you on the map. Okay, here you go. The 3 major dialects of Irish, there's the Ulster in the north, there's Connacht, which is central, and Munster in the south. So if you look at the areas there, these are going to be, there's kind of like subdialects, but for the most part, like this is what you're going to hear the consistencies within the dialects in these regions. And then also this right here, Rockharn, it's sort of an extension of this dialect. So you can kind of almost divide it into 3 to get an idea of the general of the sounds, but they're not going to be exactly the same, because if you go to Boston, I don't sound like I'm from Boston or New York, but yet we're all on the northeast coast, right? So, all right, so, all right, let's get into learning a little bit of Irish. Does anybody here know a little bit of Irish already? Nobody knows? How about the sign on the door? Did anyone see any of the signs in the building? There's a few signs that are hung up. So does this look familiar? Some people, yeah, I see some faces nodding, yeah. So Fáilte. Anyone want to take a guess what that means? There's one on the door. Welcome. Perfect. Welcome. Fáilte. Welcome. Okay. Here's a fun one. What about, did anyone go to the bathroom, visit the restroom yet? Leithris. Bathroom. Leithris. Leithris. Yeah, it's a little tricky, but. And then women, it's, so in the north they'd say something closer to mra, kind of the N gets a bit of an R sound, or mana. So mra, go ahead, say it with me. Mra. Mana. Yeah, there you go. And fid for men. Fid. 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 R. Fid. Fid. Closer. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, it's a little hard to hear in here. I know there's a lot of reverb in.
With a D.
Fid.
Fair. Fair.
Close, yeah.
Well,
I think you're getting it.
I don't
Probably
think
'cause
I can.
You're closer to me.
I can't
so
say that.
I think well,
Fair,
you're getting
fair.
it though. Yeah, yeah. You're getting it.
It's fair.
It's probably easier to hear when you're closer. It's
with a D at the end?
No, it's not. It's
with the R.
fair.
R. Yeah. So here, I'll show you again. So here, you can pass this around. It's also on the restroom door. So you can pass it around, take a look
I
at it.
didn't know what it meant, but I recognized the picture.
Yeah, picture.
Yep.
Fair.
So here's another one.
Midnight.
Yeah. Fit. Fit. Fit.
Is that
Here.
plural?
It's yes.
Men.
Yeah. Yeah. Men.
So what do you say man?
It's kind of like fit. Yeah, it's more like e because it has the thought over it, so it's longer sound. And I wouldn't go with I have a tendency to. I wouldn't go with my pronunciation. I would hear a native speaker say it and go with their pronunciation because I'm gonna speak it with my American accent, unfortunately. So here's another sign that you may have seen around the building. Baya Hamah. Did anyone see this one? No. There's one upstairs. You saw it? Okay. Where did you see it? Wandering around? Okay. So there should be one posted above the door from the inside. So anyone want to take a guess what that means? Baya Hamah. Exit. Yep. So it's way out, but exit. That's how you say exit. Way out. Very good. Okay. And we've got the last two. They're kind of opposites. So if you checked on the bathroom door, there's bruig and tarings. So that is push and pull.
I thought it was said, oh.
Yep. All right. So now we're going to learn a little conversation here. And I'm going to try to teach you as best I can with my American accent, Irish. So, dia quits. Dia. Dia. So it's a soft D sound. So it's not j or d, it's z. If that makes sense. It's a different sound. Some of the sounds don't exist in English, so it's going to be a little bit harder to pronounce. But dia, give it a shot. Dia. Dia. Glitz. And it's almost like a G-W-I sound, like
It's like
gwit.
making a Z, but you're touching the
Gwits.
roof of the mouth.
Yes.
Z. Z.
You're getting it. I can tell you've studied languages before.
Yeah.
Very good.
Z.
So,
Z.
dia glitz.
Z.
Yeah, that sounds it. So, it's like it's sort of like a GW sort of sound, often.
Okay.
You could say dia ditch, and that's more northern. So dia ditch, dia glitz, it's more kind of, I don't know, like there really isn't a standard pronunciation. There's only a standard spelling, but because of the standard spelling, some of the...
Does that mean hello? I'm only kidding.
Yes. Yeah. Well, literally it means God to you, but that's how you say hello in Irish.
That means God?
Yeah, dia is God.
Dia.
And then dit is
Just like dia.
combination of to you. It's a prepositional pronoun that combines the two words.
Okay.
So to say hello in Irish, you literally say God to you. So this is God and this is to you. Can you guess what this is? Just by looking at it, God, and knowing that Ireland is was very religious nation. Any guess? Begins with an M, associated often with God.
Mary's house?
Muera, does that help? Muera? Dias muerguits. So that's, if somebody says dia glitz to you, the reply is dias muerguits. Sorry, my pronunciation's not perfect. So God to you, God and Mary to you. So, and that's your reply. So if I say, and then the plural, which isn't up here, I'm gonna get a little bit more, is dia huiv. So if I'm speaking to all of you, it's chliv, because this is to you singular. So if I say dia chliv, and you can say this back to me. So give it a shot. Dia smurlquich. So dia chliv. Dia chliv. Dia es muera guitz. Dia es. Give it a shot. Yeah. Try. Close. Yeah. Or you can say. Sometimes it's easier to say ditch, which is the northern accent. So yeah. Dia ditch. Dia smura ditch. Yeah. Let's try. Actually, yeah. Let's try the northern accent. So dia ditch. Much better. Dia smura ditch. Muera ditch. Muera ditch. Yeah. Okay. So how are you? Konas atatu. Konas tatu. So this is a ta, but you know how when you say things in English, you slur your words together. So konas tatu. The a kind of gets contracted by the konas. Konas tatu. So that's the easier one. Konas. Try it with me. Konas ta tu. Konas ta tu. Let's try it together. Let's try it together. Konas ta tu. Konas ta. Together. Let's try it together, because if you're all singing it separate, it's a little bit harder. So let's try it together, like you're singing a song with me. Konas ta tu. Konas ta. Konas ta tu. That was good, Mark. Mike, sorry. Yeah.
Which word means how?
How? Konas. Perfect. You're getting it. Okay. So let's recap. Dia ditch. Dia smurra ditch. Perfect. Konas tatu. Tame goma. Okay. Tame goma. Yeah? Tame goma. Any guess what that means? Konas tatu, how are you? Tame goma.
How you doing?
So konas tatu is how are you? Tame goma. Any guess? Here. Wait, with the cards. So dia ditch. Hello. Yeah. Dia smurra ditch. Hello to you. Konas tatu. How are you? Tame goma. I'm well. Yep. Tame goma. Repeat. All right. Go ra ma agat. Go ra ma agat. Okay, so let's try the first half. Goro ma'agat. Goro ma'agat. Goro ma'agat. Tame goma. Goro ma'agat. I am well, thank you. All right? August to Hain. And yourself. August to Hain. Or Fain, yeah? August to Fain. Perfect. And then, oh, you got Fotsa back. Tame go bra. I'm fine. That's different. That's actually B-R-A-C-H, and that means forever. So B-R-E-A-fada is fine. So a different word. Similar pronunciation though. Like, well, bra, it has that guttural sound at the end, but just the beginning sounds a little bit similar. So tame go bra. I am fine. Tame go bra. Nice. Slan go foil. And I know you guys have heard slan before. What does slan mean? Take a guess.
Have a good time?
Slan? Well, it actually means health, but in this case it means bye. So when you say goodbye to someone, it's like you're wishing them health. So a lot of blessing in Irish, which is nice. So slán go foil, bye for now. Slán, bye. So let's try slán go foil. Nice. Dia ditch. Dia is muera ditch. Conas tá tu. Tá me goma. Tá me goma. Gura mahagat. Gora Mahagat. Gora Mahagat. August to Fane. Yeah. Tommy go bra. Slán go foil. Slán. Okay. So, do you think you have this down somewhat? We're going to play a little game. Not quite? Yeah? Mike's got it? Okay. Don't worry. I'm going to help you out. Do not fear. You're going to get a little help. Okay.
What is
Tame Godana means I'm awful, meaning I'm feeling awful. So if you're not feeling good, you wouldn't say Tame Goma. You would say Tame Godana. I'm feeling awful. Okay.
Here we are sitting here.
Let's give it a shot, class. Dia ditch. Dia ditch. Okay. Dia Smoraditch. Yeah? Dia Smoraditch. Konistatu. I heard you got it. Good. Good. Okay. This is your big one. This is your big one. Gura Mahagat. August Tufane. I think I heard it. August Tufane. Nice. And chatters in the back of the class. Are we learning? Yeah, Slán go foil. Nice. And then finally, Slán. Okay, so I'm going to scramble these up. Yeah, it gets a little bit harder. So can everybody see the top of this table here?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put one down, and I want you to help me figure out how to make a logical conversation. And as I put them down, I want to hear you say them, okay? So.
Dia Mordit. Dia Mordit.
Yeah, Dia Smoraditch.
Dia Mordit.
Yeah,
Dia Mordit.
okay. I guess. Dia Smoraditch?
Can't see
Dia
it.
Ditch.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
Dia Ditch.
Yeah. So where would I put this? If somebody says
Oh, in front of
Speak
the-
up, Kevin. You
in
can
front,
figure
okay.
it out.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Everybody agree that this should come first?
yeah.
Okay.
That's
All
the way I
right.
think I remember it on the
And
card.
then how about, and then after that,
Oh.
yeah, knowing there's more to the conversation coming, where would this go? Yeah? Okay, and what does that say?
That's a spy, right?
Goodbye.
Slán? Yeah?
Slán?
Yeah?
Spy?
Yeah? All right, so that goes last, you said?
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Zias Mertz?
Can't see it from here.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Tema Gomad, Gora,
Tam-
Mad, Agas, Tufan.
Yeah, good, good.
Oh, you guys
So
are thinking
where does that go?
Imagine that.
Does it go right after hello? No? Some down a little more? Does it go right above Sloan?
Oh, it could. Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah? Okay, we'll leave it there for now.
Don't ask
Okay.
me.
How about Konistatu?
Konstatu.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, how are you? That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's gonna have to. Yeah,
So-
how are you? I don't know how to remember that. I
Yeah.
don't guess.
Yeah, you're learning, right?
It's
Right?
through to me.
Okay.
Like these about
So,
5 years of this subject.
Where does that go?
How are you?
Third?
It's not too.
So here?
Oh,
Yeah.
Konstatu.
So it looks like we're starting to get a conversation, right? Hello, hello. Diadit, Dias Merokowitz. Konistatu. And then how about this?
Can't see
Konistatu.
it from here.
Oh.
Tame go bra.
Tommy go bra, Slan go foil.
So how about there? Is that good? Switch which two?
Uh,
The one next to the health.
This one?
The one, the big one with health was the second last.
Somebody else too. Anybody?
Oh, wow.
We need some consensus. Which one goes next?
I don't know what's next.
Tommy go ma, go Rob.
So we've got, it sounds like these three, right?
How are you? I'm fine.
Which one is four? We've got Diadit, Diasmerodit, Constatu. So, given the trying to make a logical conversation, which one do you think comes next?
I think your right hand goes next.
This one.
No, you're right.
This one.
That one, yeah.
This one. Okay. All right. And then this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you said too,
Second to
David?
last.
Okay. So let's give it a shot.
Stasi.
Diadich.
Dia?
Yeah. Okay.
Dia.
Dias. What is it?
Dia is more.
Constatu. Really nice. Good pronunciation. Ta- tell me. Yeah. Good. I heard that. All right. And yeah. And perfect. Listen to that. So, just so you know, that is correct. Very good.
Listen, it's so great to have you here today. How did it come about, your desire to learn the Irish language?
Oh, that's a bit too long of a story.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Sorry. The short answer, I would say, was a natural progression of interests. I've been into Irish culture, language, music since I was a little child. I don't even know where it came from. It's just always been there. And growing up in this part of the United States, Irish culture is very present almost everywhere. So in school we learned Irish songs, Scottish songs, so Celtic culture, Irish. I grew up going to the parades. So I don't really pinpoint any specific moment when I got into Irish culture because it was always there. And then as far as the language, I was into the music and it just made sense to learn the language because so much of the music is influenced by the language and it's beautiful. Like I heard it and I fell in love. Like everything else with Irish, the moment I got immersed in it and heard more of it, I just wanted to know more. So. Going to give you a few notes on the alphabet. So there's 18 letters in Irish and there are other letters used from loanwords. So occasionally you'll see W, for instance. That's not an Irish word though, it's a loan word from another language, most likely English. So like wallet, for instance. I think there's an Irish word that begins with a W, but it's not originally Irish. So any Irish words will have these 18 letters plus the vowels with the fada. So, and there's more notes on that if you'd like to read them later. So the pronunciation key, there's a few sounds in Irish that don't exist in the English language, which makes it a little bit of a challenge to learn it. For instance, the guttural German sound, like an ich, that guttural sound that we don't have in English, that's the ACH sound. So like if you hear somebody say the word but in Irish sometimes, like if you're watching television or listen to the radio, ach, we don't really have that sound in English. And then the diphthongs are a little bit different as well, which I didn't make a note of, but it's one of those things that the more you listen, the more you'll pick it up. It's too difficult with the dialects to make a note of everything, so it's one of those things that if you have a dialect that you're leaning towards, like if you know you want to learn like Ulster or Connacht or Munster, then the best thing to do is pick that dialect and really listen to native speakers say it so that you can pick up on those little nuances because they're not going to be the same in the different dialects. And that's really the best way to learn it. And then if you want to learn a little bit of everything, just so your ear gets adjusted, that's good too. And I have some great resources, books that I brought with me for you to take a look at. And it can potentially help you decide which dialect you want to go with, or if you know your family is from a certain area, you want to learn a dialect that's close to there, that's a good idea too. Or learn it all, it's fun. So if you go to page 5, or sorry, is it 5? Yeah. Yes, it is 5. Okay, you will see the Ivrica. So these are the numbers, and what I did was I put an approximate pronunciation for north, like basically Connecticut accent. So this wouldn't work in other parts of the country. I wrote this myself based on my accent having grown up in Hartford. So yes. So if you're from the Hartford area, then this may help you. If you're not from the Hartford area, just ignore it and find some CDs from a native speaker because this is really like more what I hear being a native to this area, growing up and learning English here, speaking English natively from Hartford area. So a hain, everyone with me? A hain. Yeah? A doe. A tree. A keher. A kuig. A she. A shocht. A hocht. A ni. A de. A haindig. A doyeg. Okay, now let's try and say it together. We're kind of all over the place. Don't go too fast and try and, if I'm going a little too fast, just let me know. But let's try and do it together. It's a little bit easier if you do it that way. A hain. A doe. A tree. A keher. A kuig. A she. A shocht. A hocht. A ni. A de. A haindig. A doyeg. Very nice. All right. I think you're ready for a game. I know some people are like, oh, what's going on here? Okay. Okay. Let's see. If I say a hocht.
8.
Yeah, 8. Okay. Somebody else? A doe? You can cheat a little bit, or try to remember, or just maybe guess from other languages first, and then if you can't get it, you can cheat a little bit. A kuig. Close.
Oh, 5.
Yep, 5. A she.
A she. 6.
Yep, 6. A tree. Now don't look. This one's not that hard. Perfect. Yep. Okay. And then what about? Don't look for this one, okay? I want all eyes up here. A hain.
12.
A hain. Close.
Oh, it's 4. It's 4.
A hain.
It's not 4? I'm going to get it eventually. 9.
Okay, well, 1. Who said 1?
Oh.
Awesome, right?
Okay.
Okay. What about a keher?
That's 4.
Yep, 4. Nice. A doyeg.
12.
Yep. Very good. A haindig.
That's 11.
Yep, 11. Nice. Yep. What about a ni? Anyone remember a ni? Yeah. I'll let you cheat a little bit. 9, yeah. What about a ze?
10, right?
Yep. Nice. Okay, a shocht?
It's the only one left.
Yep. All right.
What was that last one? 7.
7, a shocht? Yep.
I said 6. Yeah, right there.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do.
Shay is 6, like say in the
Yeah.
Spanish. Oh, okay. So,
Okay. Clear your table off for a second. Okay. So without looking, we're going to give this one to David, and we're going to move on. Without looking, you're going to try
wait, you
and...
want me to do something? What?
Yeah, try and work it out.
Yeah.
And now we're going to Nadahana. Yeah. We're moving up in the world. All right. And this is all in your handout as well, too. It's a little easier to follow out along with the handout. Okay. Right. You guys ready? Almost? Okay. We'll go through the rainbow and then to the end. Jadug. Jadug? Jadug? Are you actually here? So it's on page 6. Okay. So it's a soft D sound. So it's not D. It's D. Yep. Jadug. Jadug. Yep. So Jadug. Orastya. Yeah. Very good. Bui. Bui. Yep. I'm going to go this way. Bui. Yeah. Gloss. And we have a fluent Irish speaker in the back. See you ditch, Andrew. Today Maratatu.
Which one? Oh.
And he's not speaking to me. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I did something. Oh, see you ditch. Kan du dirty? Have our own arm. Nicholas in here. Okay. All right. So. So you want to go through it again? We'll start from the top. Okay. So Zerug. Oraste. Bui. Glass. Garum. Corkra. Did I say that right? Yeah. Down. Yeah. Bonzerug. Which is a combination of bon, white, and red zerug. Bonzerug. Pink, right? Leah. Gray? Leah.
There's a glare in the light.
Oh, really? Which way do I need to turn it?
Yeah, just like that, perfect.
That good? Can everyone see it now? Yeah. Okay, good. Dove. Yep. Bon. Bon. Yep. So, let's give it a shot. Yeah, Zerug. Oraste. Yeah. Bui, nice. Gloss. Yeah. Got him, yeah. Corkra, yeah. Thumb, yeah. Good.
That's a tough one to say.
This one's tough, but it's a combination of two colors.
Bonjeric?
Bonzerug. That's it. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Yeah.
Leah.
Leah. Yeah. Dove. Yeah.
Leah.
Yeah. Bon.
Bon.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. So. Nice job. Look at that. So I'm going to give you guys, here, you can work together. And try not to cheat. Here's your colors. And then as you're putting them together, see if you can say them to each other so you'll learn them.
Okay.
So, here. You each get a few. You each grab a few. Yeah.
Lots I got down pat.
Yeah. And then let me check David's progress here. So how'd you do? Perfect. That's perfect. You're a master. Look at that. It's too easy for you. You know what you could do? Do you have a pen? You could work on some of the exercises.
I don't have a pen.
You don't have a pen? Here, we'll find you a pen. And then if you want, I can check them for you.
Bui is this in color. I don't know what the color is. Bui?
Color of puke.
I'm just going to let David borrow a pen. So here you go.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, just go through some of the conversation.
I don't understand what words.
I'm going to interrupt.
So
Oh, we're supposed to translate this into Irish. Okay.
here, well, you can start with the first one because it gets a little.
I thought it was like you matched them.
No. So they're each separate exercises. Some of them are designed to do with a partner, but these ones you can do by yourself.
Even the language books I read, I usually skip all.
Oh well, I don't know. Sorry. How's it coming, guys?
It's good. We got it.
Yeah.
I got bond and below.
Put them on top. That way I know where they go.
Okay. And gloss, I got that one. Gorm.
Okay. There's still a few that are hanging out.
Oh,
Do
they
you
are?
want to
All right.
finish?
Done?
Yep. You got to do them all to
Done?
complete the exercise.
Done. Purple one, I can't remember what that
Yeah.
was. Placebo.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Yeah, nice
look,
job.
Okay,
Yeah.
just look and then. Here's Leah. Leah, right there. Can you put that on the gray? The Leah?
Perfect. Yeah, you got it.
And pink has got this. I think that's that one.
There's one that's wrong.
And this one here.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait.
There's
Oh, I see. Oh, the pink. Van Derrick is pink, right? Pink.
Bonderig.
Fond Derek.
Yeah. So when you see the fada, it's a longer A sound. So bonderig.
Okay.
Yeah. Like oroste.
Okay.
Now
now sit down. It's done.
Yeah.
Round.
Nice. Yeah. Got one more.
And then we got Derek.
Derig. Nice.
That's
You
the first
won.
one we,
You got it.
That's the first one we learned. But
Very
we
good.
learned it apparently.
Do you want to see if you can do the colors without looking?
Derek is good. I know, I kind of
See if you can do the colors without looking. There you go. Do we have time to learn one more set of vocab? Or are you guys Irish out? Okay. This one's a fun one. I was inspired by emoji, so I made a game card with emoji to talk about how I'm feeling and what's going on with me, right? So, kujeta ort.
That one I'm going to have to actually learn.
Yeah. Okay, so some notes on Irish grammatical construction. It's verb, subject, object. So when we were saying ta me goma, ta is the verb, me is the subject, and goma is the object. So it literally translates as am I well, but that's how you say I am well. So you're not asking the question. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's similar like if you study Spanish, right? Well, no. There's other languages that do that.
Spanish was backwards, and they were so
Yeah, there's other languages that do that, yeah. So, kujeta ort, the way to say, what's the matter, or, is that the best equivalent, Andrew? Andrew, what's the matter? Okay. Yeah, kujeta ort, what's the matter? So, what is on you? And that's how you say, literally, like, when you're asking in Irish, what's the matter? What is on you? Okay. And the response to that is ta something, fill in the blank, autumn, is something on me. So ta autumn, ta autumn. So these are all either emotions or something's up, something's wrong, you know. So kujeta ort, ta ahas autumn, I'm happy. Ta ana autumn, I'm surprised. Ta bron autumn, I'm sad. So on and so forth. Okay. So they're all written here on page 6. You did underneath your colors. So does anyone want to tell me how they are feeling right now? And if you look through, you can cheat a little bit. If you look through, there's hungry, there's thirsty. Like if you look at your little emoji guys here, give it a shot. See if you can tell me how you're feeling. Ta autumn.
Ta ter shul arim. Ta ter shul arim.
Ta tersha autumn?
Yeah.
Ta tersha autumn. So you're saying you're tired?
Yep.
Okay. So David says he's tired. Ta tersha autumn. Okay. So we'll go through them. So, we'll go through them one by one, and then you can tell me how you're feeling, all right? So, ahas. Anna.
What was that one?
Anna.
Anna?
It's surprise. So it's the third phrase down. You say ta autumn, nil autumn, ta ahas autumn, nil ana autumn. So it says I'm not surprised. So, because that's the negative.
Oh, right.
So,
Okay.
so Anna.
Anna. Right?
How would you say that in Ulster? Andrew. Kan sa Jerfa in Alu? Anna.
Oh.
Anna.
Anna?
Anna.
Yeah, sure.
Kenna,
Ta
Rob
Anna
Kenna.
autumn, yeah.
Ta Anna autumn.
Yeah,
Okay.
in
All right.
Major, but heck yeah, that's it, hey, I mean, while on Thursday or, Tasha Yacket, you go.
Okay.
I don't want to
Right.
confuse people with,
Well, no, I
accent,
already let them know about the different dialects. So Andrew has a very northern dialect, and my dialect, I've been told, sounds a little bit more central. So just to get a feel for, he's gonna pronounce things a little bit different than I will, most likely. Like, I do speak a little bit in the northern because I have quite a few friends that do, so I'll use some of the words. But as far as my pronunciation, I kind of more naturally fell into like somewhere between the north and the center of Ireland. And that's just the way it sort of just naturally came out of me. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind if you want to help these guys out in the back too. I think it's a little harder to hear back there than, David seems to be hearing a little better, so yeah. Don't worry. It's all for fun, it's all for fun. I mean, basically, you guys know, I'm an American Irish speaker, so I'm not going to speak perfectly. There's resources that you can get, CDs, and online resources, some of them free, where you can hear native speakers, so you'll get a better idea, especially if you're trying to do something dialect specific. So this is just, to whet your appetite, get you curious about it, so you'll go on, of course, because you're just enjoying yourself so much and loving it, you're going to go home and explore some more. All right, so we'll just go through. So we did ahas, Anna, Bron, Agla. And then the little bubbles above give you a clue to what's going on. So it's a ghost. So think fear, like afraid. So Agla. So, because he's afraid of ghosts. Our little emoji guy here, he's afraid of ghosts. So noire, so embarrassment or shame. Noire. Yeah. Imni. And then you see the worry lines on the emoji guy's face. Imni. Worry. And then slide on. So it's not an emotion, but you would still use the same construction, which is why I have some that aren't emotions. So ta slide on autumn. I have a cold. A cold is on me. Slide on. Okras. And then he's pointing to his mouth, and there's a burger. So what does that mean? Okras. He's pointing to his mouth, and there's a hamburger in the bubble.
Oh, he's hungry.
Yeah, hungry. There we go. And then now he's pointing to his mouth, and there's a glass of water.
Ah, he's
Tarts.
thirsty.
Tarts.
Thirst.
Yep, tarts.
Thirst.
Farig. Farig. He's red. Farig.
Father.
What does that mean? Farig. Ta farig oram. Yep, angry. Nice. And diama. So there's a present. So when you see the bubble, think, for the most part, it's something's missing. So this little guy, it was his birthday today, but he didn't get a present. So diama. What's diama?
Sad?
Disappointed. We have Bron is sad.
Oh,
so
okay.
he didn't get his present, so he's disappointed. So diama. And then what about this guy here? He's yawning. David, you know this one.
Yeah.
What is this one? Tersha. Yep, Tersha. Ta Tersha. Or autumn, sorry. Ta Tersha autumn. So he's tired, our little guy here who's yawning. What about this guy right here? He's sweating, and look at the thermostat. And then the sun is shining. The sun's happy, but this guy is like.
I don't think you have that on it. It says I'm cold. I have a cold.
Oh, is it not on here?
Oh no.
Tatas. All right, well, we could write it in. So we'll pass around a pencil. So this is tas. T-E-A-S. Tas. Tatas autumn. Am I getting that right? Yep. All right, and then fucht, the opposite. It's cold, he looks bitter cold. Got the blue here. The thermometer's way down. Fucht. What is that? Fucht. Yeah, ta fucht autumn. And then how about this? He wants his bed. So he's not just tired. He's gone beyond, like, exactly, sleepy. So takala autumn. And then what about this one right here? He's dreaming of his love. And he's, so what do I have that for? Pining. Yeah.
Wait, what?
So lonely, wegness. Ta wegness autumn.
Okay.
And then,
The headache.
yeah, wegness. You finding all these, or
No,
okay? I know task wasn't on there. Yeah. Wegness. Okay, wegness isn't on there either. All right. So a few. I think there's maybe two that aren't on here. So this one's on here though. Ta tinnis fiekla autumn. And then you see he has a little tooth out, and his tooth it's red, cheeks red. So, yep. That's it. Tinnis is sickness, and fiacla is tooth. It's actually it's a little more complicated because of the grammar, but it's the word for tooth is fiaco. So fiacla is what do you call that? It changes with the grammar. So the words change with the grammar. You know what I mean? So the base of the word is in there. And how about this guy here? He's green and he's like cheeks puffed up. Mushk.
That's the Martian.
Mushk.
Mush.
Yeah. Tom Mushk got him.
What is that?
So he's nauseous. Nauseous. Yeah. Okay. Ta. Yeah. Ta autumn. So you recognize the four-leaf clover?
I feel lucky.
Yeah. Lucky. And ta tinniskin autumn. And he's holding his head. You know, just busy all day, didn't get enough sleep, too much work, stressed out. Ta tinniskin autumn. So, all right.
Tennis, right?
Tennis.
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 Wait,
Oh,
you
tennis.
wrote CH though for the pronunciation.
Tennis.
Isn't this your like pronunciation down here?
Yeah. So it's like, because it's a soft, it's not a hard T sound. Like I said, the sounds are approximate because there isn't that sound in the American English.
What's the point of
So-
articulation? You know?
So it's a soft, are you familiar with Spanish?
Tennis.
Tennis. So it does sound a little bit like a CH sound because it's not a hard T, you know what I mean? So it's different. Like I said, you're gonna have to get a hold of pick a dialect you like, get a hold of some resources to, yeah. Okay, so you guys ready for your last game? Okay, and you can all do this one together because this one's tricky and a couple weren't on I think they didn't all fit on the handout. So there were a couple that weren't there.
All right, here we go.
And then put them on top of the little guy. So when it's done, I'll know you're done. Everyone,
So this is
yeah,
just the
everyone
middle
grab
section.
a couple.
This is just the middle section,
Yes,
not the top or the bottom.
yes.
Okay, got it.
So, and then that doesn't change. So it's always going to be, if it's yourself, it's always going to be ta, ahas autumn.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yep, okay. So give it a shot and then practice while you're saying it. Like take a look at the words and practice saying. So if you find one, when you put it down, say ta and then what it is, autumn. Try to give it a shot. Okay, go. You too. And perfect. Yeah, it's all perfect. Oh, wait. Nope, sorry, one wrong. Lost, bottom. That's really good though. And these are the ones people generally get mixed
No,
up.
I think I had it on blue.
It was like that. I just moved it over. It's okay though. So a good way to remember is the word for vegetables is glossary, greens. So when you start learning more Irish, yeah, you won't forget it after that.
It's cold.
So give it a shot with those guys and try to figure some out.
That's it?
Oh, that's good. No, I think it's this one. Oh, this one's got the cold. Big slalom.
You help us out, but come on. See what goes where.
Yeah, David, you're a quick learner. Help
I
them
know.
out.
I know this one is.
Which one is that? What's his name? Ouch.
It's angry.
Oh, I thought this was Piddig.
Say it in Irish.
Oh wait, it's actually similar.
Toss Piddigonum. Is that angry?
Go for
Is
your
this the
Which
angry
ones have we got so far?
Is that the angry
We're
guy?
not getting
Yeah.
much where. We're not
So
getting
what is
where here.
Toss
what is
Piddigonum?
this one?
That is toss slide down. Autumn.
Slide on autumn. Yep.
Slide on,
Do you remember what that
yeah,
is? Here.
I have,
If
I'm
it's not
sick.
done, we'll move it
I
up.
have a cold.
Yep, perfect.
Is
So
that the
we're
guy?
just, well, it's like a cold, like fever cold.
Fever cold. This
Yeah.
guy.
Mm, he's baking in the sun.
Oh, he's sweating. Who has a cold? Oh,
Little-
there's the thermometer.
Yep.
Got it. Got him.
So now what do you say? What does this
Toss
guy say?
Slogden Autumn.
Toss slide on autumn.
Slide-
Perfect. Yep.
slide on autumn.
And then who did this one?
I did.
What's this guy?
Toss Piddig.
Farig.
Farig, I'm angry.
Yep, perfect.
Is
Ta
that
farig
the, is that
orm.
the angry guy?
Yep, perfect. Yeah.
Greg, you did a quick study.
I'm half Irish, but his
Yeah.
mom would say only the
All
good
right.
half.
I'm about a quarter.
What a quick study.
I know I'm giving you a lot. It's really just fun, you know. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
just for fun, so don't worry too much about it.
All right.
And it's kind of advanced because it's a lot to
Bron?
pile on.
Bron.
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 Yeah.
Can't figure out what it is.
Tas Bron. One.
You know, it might be easier to just pick one on the list and then find it and
Oh,
put it on
okay,
there.
gotcha,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If you don't remember, because I know it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm lost in
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah,
don't
I
have
need
to
to
try
spend
and
time with
memorize it all. I don't, you know, I don't expect you guys to memorize all these words. So it's really just to pique your interest and
Yeah.
If you like it.
If you got the ta and the autumn.
All right. I'll give you
I think you've defeated us on this one. Let's go to the next thing. Oh, yeah, yeah.
no, all you have to do, you know what I mean? Just go down the list. Ta ahas autumn, right? That's the first one. So find ahas, and you know what it is because you're looking at your list, and then just say ta ahas autumn. The idea is to get the word and picture connection and try to eliminate the English. So ahas, what does it say ahas is?
Oh, here we go.
This
Ta,
one's tired.
Yeah.
ta Bron.
Why are you putting it there? Because ta ahas autumn
Oh,
is the first one, right? Ahas.
Right there.
What does it
It's
say?
sad.
It is. It's right there.
I am happy.
Yeah. Yep, perfect. So now you say it. When you put it on there, what's he say? The little guy? Ta. Starts.
Ta'ahas Arim.
Perfect. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole game right there. Okay, so who put down Bron?
Something autumn.
Did you put down Bron?
Yeah.
So what does he say?
Ta Bra.
Bron.
Bron.
Ta Bron autumn.
Is
Yeah.
he's sad.
Yeah, if I had a little more time, then I would go more in
Is he
depth in the
sad?
pronunciation. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
sad.
that's-
So, but the so the the vowels lengthen when they have the accent mark. So a becomes o,
okay.
becomes o. Ta bronorum. So are there?
This one
There,
here.
di
This one here.
becomes d.
Looking for beer over here, but I'm Mike is thirsty.
Yeah. Go down the
gonna
list
say hi-
because if you
yeah.
go down the list, it's easier. So
Yeah.
just go to the next one. So what's after ahas?
Ahas is
Just somebody read me the next one.
I am not surprised.
No, in Irish. Yeah.
Oh, Ni Oha
On the-
Rim.
so it's not nil.
Ha. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's wrong. That should actually
Surprise.
say Neil. So there's a typo. Sorry about that. Under Neil on the autumn, which is I am not surprised. There's a typo in the pronunciation key. It should say Neil, which means I'm not surprised, but he is surprised. So you can replace it with ta on the autumn.
Oh,
Does
yeah,
that make
okay.
sense?
Oh,
So
yeah.
And,
Okay. So
okay, surprised.
yeah. To conclude the workshop, I've been paying attention and I've been seeing progress of people and who's been showing an interest. So I have a little present for two people. So second place goes to David because he's such a fast learner and he did amazing. Yeah. And I thought he would think it was funny and fun. And first place to this gentleman here.
Thank you very
He gets
much.
the whole package. So you can put him up in your house and study Irish every
will.
time you
I
open
got-
your bathroom door.
Mike went to Ireland with his wife, and he says, I'm going to go to the session all night. And she said, I'm going to go back to the room and go to sleep. And he's telling me about he was drinking all night with some guy he met, and they were playing right all night.
Oh, yeah.
And then 5 years later, he ended up going back to Ireland, and he ended up at the same bar.
Oh, yeah.
He walks
Hey,
in,
McCauley, where you been?
the guy goes, Gary! 5 years go by. He was here one night 5 years ago.
Now, what we have to add to what we said before, thanking everybody, the Knights of Columbus are the reason for this. We have a Knights of Columbus at the Cathedral of St. Joseph. And the Knights all work together. We have a bunch of great guys. We worked with the Cathedral, and they helped to put this on. The Knights Insurance, the Knights Backing, the Knights Publicity. So we're all part of the Knights of Columbus. It ties right in to the 1880s. In the 1880s, people were thrown off the land because the British landlords thought they could make more money out of cattle and sheep than they could out of our peasantry, the Irish peasantry. So they threw them off and they gave them a pittance to come back to America. Well, they did, But by the 1880s, mid-1880s, these guys were dying. They worked too hard. They did the hard work. And they died because of it, a lot of them. And because of that, there were widows and orphans. So Father McGivney put the Knights of Columbus together, essentially, to help the widows and orphans of his membership in the broad Catholic Church. Well, now it's one of the biggest organizations in the world, a couple hundred members all over the world, one of the biggest insurance companies in the world, again, helping widows and orphans and doing good works. The Knights spend a lot of money on a lot of great things. You might not hear about it because they're very basic things that they do, and they don't really crow too much about what they do. They really should. But anyway, we're part of it, Knights of Columbus. We do a lot of things around the cathedral. We help out a lot of people, and this whole thing is based on the back end Knights of Columbus. Thanks again.
Everyone, welcome. And tonight for our entertainment we have Andrew Carey, speaker of the Irish language. He's also another member of Delta Nagoga and a very good musician and singer, and he's going to play and sing for us tonight, and some of these songs will be in Irish.
Agus nar Jane Jarmut, it got fairy lies margi. Agus in Enrique, mar hele lambekant. I'll do so, I need to break on. Come home, Macrona Guira. Let me fadort, Sagas Kari Peku. Acne Wurmero, Acne Hunig Taylor. Shoot and Donak, Adug me Gredrich. And Donak Jira, Revona. Agus to hear the flunia, I lay in the paisha. Niskaroma Chasu, I shear her gladlich. Agus Sturge no word on, gone Lord lights. And you no more, no J.K. Dean, nor a bullet contract. To me, Jim, August when it's too low, Jim. And Yana can, it's on Rihanna went to Jim. It's not promo Matthias, or when it's to Jim. Ah, my hair, Thanks so much, everyone. I should say that's a song in a woman's voice because we do that. We just sing the song. We don't try to change it. we just sing it. It doesn't matter if it's in English or Irish, because the way we see it, it's the song speaking through you. It's not you speaking the song. So, it doesn't matter. You could also say that we got, enough confidence in our masculinity that we don't mind, saying, I loved him. We're confident that way. But in any event, and this is a song in English. It's a song from the 1798 Rising, which is my favorite period for the rebel songs that come out of that period, because that was the time that Irish men of all creeds stood together to throw off the bonds of oppression. Catholic, Protestant, and Dissenter all stood together, and that was why after that time this terrible situation like we have in the 6 counties today started happening. They started playing this divide and rule game. And the Ulster Presbyterians, who had been nearly as badly off as the Catholics, had been paying tithe to a church that wasn't theirs, and all of that. And the Orange Order was only for members of the established church. So they were looking down on the Presbyterians just as much practically as they were looking down on the Catholics. But after that time, the people in charge started saying, hey, wait a minute, we can't be having this, because if they're all together, the next time they might win it. And, well, we did eventually, but completely different matter, sadly, and which, there's 6 counties not long. But this is Michael Dwyer's Escape. It's a song of a man from Wicklow, Michael Dwyer, and his comrade that died for him, that has a very Protestant name, Sam McAllister. So that's an important thing. Michael Dwyer is my name. I'll not deny the same. In the mountains of West Wicklow I was born. I was in the fight of late with the men of 98 when we took Enniscorthy by storm. When the rising was put down, we very quickly found that in our own homes we could no longer dwell. But many's lonely cave some farmer comfort gave, and the people these mountains know us well. And the night was falling fast, and the snow was far advanced when the 3 Hafes houses came in view. Though the weather was severe, a guard was posted near, though the dangers of a night like this seemed few. But some sneaking little spy to his master he did fly, and may I live to even up the score. For when we awoke, to be sure it was no joke to find 100 Highland soldiers at the door. Now come out, you rebel band, cries the captain in command. Ye do not have a prayer, not a hope. Surrender to me now, and your lives, I vow, will be spared the bullet and the rope. Says Dwyer to his men, boys, here we are again. Though I am afraid this time it cannot be denied. It would take more than God's grace to defend this place from the regiment to soldiers outside. So the house was set on fire, and McAllister and Dwyer expecting to perish in flames. Way the powder and the smoke, they were nearly overcome, crying a curse upon your bloody Highland games. And from behind the stable wall, a well-aimed musket ball caused McAllister a pain he could not hide. As his gun was blown away, he looked down in dismay at his arm hanging useless by his side. He says, Dwyer, I am done. Hand me up your gun. Let's see what a spring you can make. As he opened the door, he gave one loud roar. I die for my country's sake. The volley rang out, and Dwyer sprang forth. Per Sam received the fire. So generous and brave, McAllister gave up his life for Michael Dwyer. And before they could reload, he was halfway down the road, and a kilted Scotsman snapping at his heel. The troopers held their fire for to see what might transpire, and they watched as Dryer tripped him in the fields, running like a mountain goat, no trousers, no coat, his bare feet they were bleeding to be sure. So he crossed the black banks, he offered hearty thanks, and got safely to Cave and Glenmalone. We lost 3 men that day, our captain got away, and the others surrendered on the spot. 3 of them, alas, were hanged in bolt and glass, and the others went before the firing squad. And Dwyer fought the law 5 years, maybe more, till at last to Dublin he did go. And from there he set sail, far from New South Wales, far from the county Wicklow. Good meal. Thanks. Have you seen him on the corner, and his lip would reach the pavement? He's been hiding from his razor. Is he not an awful sight? In love he was the purest, now he's frightening the tourists. If he'd gone and asked his father, oh, I'm sure he'd set him right. Say and take her in your arms, and tell her that you love her, and take her in your arms, and hold that woman tight. Won't you take her in your arms, and tell her that you love her? If you're going to love a woman, be sure and do it right. Well, he met her at a disco in the town they call Mount Kisco, and if he'd seen her in the daylight, he'd have thought once or twice. She was painted, she was scented, but she drove your man demented. If he'd gone and asked his father, oh, I'm sure he'd set him right. Say and take her in your arms, and tell her that you love her, and take her in your arms, and hold that woman tight. Won't you take her in your arms, and tell her that you love her? If you're going to love a woman, be sure and do it right. Here's a pub with fun and laughter, the landlord's buying bevy, there's a session in the corner, and the crack is grand tonight. But your man who lost the woman, he's still at home lamenting. If he'd gone and asked his father, oh, I'm sure he'd set him right. Say and take her in your arms, and tell her that you love her. Take her in your arms, and hold that woman tight. Won't you take her in your arms, and tell her that you love her? If you're going to love a woman, be sure and do it right. Now depression's not a million laughs, but suicide's too dangerous. Going leaping out of buildings in the middle of the night. It's not the fall but landing that will alter social standing. So go first and ask your father, and I'm sure he'll set you right. Say and take her in your arms, and tell her that you love her. Take her in your arms, and hold that woman tight. Won't you take her in your arms, and tell her that you love her? If you're going to love a woman, be sure and do it right. Thank you. Thanks, Pratt. Thanks, Amelia.